How's it going? Welcome to the AQWorlds news. We have the more of the daily posts about AQ Infinity, so we'll go over those first. Some new Miltonius art, which is sick, and a bunch of other stuff. We got a preview of the house for the gifting event, which is ending this week. So, well, it's nice to finally see at least some of that, but not much, and a lot more. So let's get into it. Okay, so the AQ Infinity stuff we have this week is some actual interesting stuff here. So let's get into it. I will skip over parts that are just like stuff we've heard before or just like repeats or whatever, but like just the new stuff, you know. So J6 has been working on Kickstarter awards, including a flying castle house. We'll post this latest art tomorrow, and then we have the post from tomorrow down below if we scroll 2 inches down here. J6 has been working on a sky castle as a Kickstarter award. The castle is built upon mana crystals which cause it to levitate. He is currently adding chains to prevent it from flying away. So you know what's funny about this is J6 is working on a Kickstarter house castle thing, and not the one for the gifting event that is ending tomorrow. Oh, he is actually working on that as well. Or actually, maybe Kurlong's working on that anyway, though. But yeah, so they haven't worked on AQ Infinity houses, apparently. When the player arrives at this house, they will be on the ground and walk towards it to get to a portal. We want to make it so the owner of the house can set where the portal leads to. So it could take you to the castle or one of the floating islands, or perhaps teleport someone who is not their friend to an untimely doom. What are they explaining? Player houses and castles is one of the features that is on our priority list for alpha. Spider will be working on the code for it once his current tasks are done. On that note, I saw Warlock zoom Spider and Immortal Joe in an intense meeting that lasted most of the day based on the spooky techie screenshots posted in chat. I appear they were working on a feature that makes loading class skills on demand possible, so the enhancement review will be happening at Monday's meeting instead. Next paragraph goes over how one of the Infinity team members got sick, so hopefully they're doing better now. It says they are. And then RX brings up the idea here, at least I think this is RX talking. Yeah, it is. And then about making AQWorlds Infinity homepage so they could get small posts like this on it, like Twitter posts. So they want to do Twitter posts on the AQ Infinity web page. I guess, I don't know. RX Entertainment, new Twitter replacement. They're on it. They'll beat out Blue Sky. All right, so this one, just, okay. Apparently the Sky Castle house is already done. So that's great. I'm glad the AQWorlds houses take months to make, and the castle's finished in a couple days. That's great. All right, so the next bit here, we get a explanation of what, or a bit more of an explanation of what they mean by when they move the animations out of the core effects of the game. It says, it is now in the maps project. This allows Ghost, Nullgath, and any other animator to give player classes new skills animations without needing to roll out a new version of the game. Yeah, so it's basically like they're hosting them on like their server where like most of the artwork and stuff for the game is. Like when you install AQ Infinity, I'm pretty sure you're just getting like a small file size, which is like the base like loader of the game basically, and then everything gets streamed in, basically like how you're watching this video right now on YouTube. It gets streamed into the game. It's not game streaming like that, but it only loads the assets when you need them, right? You're not downloading all the assets right up front, and then it caches them same way that AQWorlds does right now, I think, or similar, in a similar vein to that. So I imagine so that they're doing that with the effects. Interesting. Wouldn't that cause some type? I think that would cause some issues, but I don't know. I'm not a game dev. Okay, the next bit goes over the enhancements and some more information on that, because they've been kind of teasing it for a little bit, how they're changing the enhancements, but this is definitely a lot more to know about them. So they are changing them to power gems. Enhancements are now power gems. They have a little bit of a look here. You can make the item turn into dust. A mysterious upgrade item to dust makes more logical sense. Yeah, for socketing. Socket the gems apparently, and they'll explain more here, so let's go for this. So power gems, formerly enhancements, monsters can drop these gems. There are other gameplay ways to get them too. As a longtime AQWorlds player, you are already familiar with the concept. It is just like enhancements, except gems will not take up any of your main inventory slots. Gems get their own inventory. Heck yeah, use a gem to give an item power. In fact, all of the power of your item comes from these gems. Okay, so the gems have traits because we saw items had traits on them, so I thought that might have been but I guess, yeah, I guess they're gonna keep all the items cosmetic, and then yeah, all your power just coming from gems, so the items actually aren't going to matter at all, which is kind of sad, but I don't know. Oh yeah, and by the way, if you're not caught up fully, they're removing things like damage boosting on items. So if you have like an NSOD, you don't need to always have that equipped because it won't have a damage boost. You'll still have the sword, and it'll look cool or whatever, but it won't have the damage boost anymore. Maybe having that sword will unlock a type of gem you can get. I don't know, but then it might just run. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens with that, but they'll probably do something to make up for the fact that you farmed NSOD or any other damage boosted item. Maybe they won't because it is a different game. So we'll see what goes on. There's a lot of complex, layers when they're making a new game out of an old game and trying to make it different, but also not, having it so you waste your time in the past. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of issues. I'm sure they'll have to figure out at some point. So an item is the art, a gem is the power, an item plus gem is a powerful hero gear. Okay, in the screen of the shot above, the enhancement gem name is Healer Cape. Bad name. It should be Healer Gem, with a common gem prominently featuring a cape icon. You can click on the gem to see the details of its power. Then if you want to use it, you can choose an item to apply the power to. Had a lot of changes to UI above in today's meeting. Needs to be simple to apply a gem. You should be able to apply it starting from the gem and starting from the item. Okay, so they want to have like an apply button. Fair enough. Furthermore, the experience needs an immersive animation. Socketing a gem should be a great experience. When you loot any item from a monster, it should not instantly clutter and fill your inventory. New loot goes in your loot inventory. That way you can choose what to do with it. And having 20 extra space available just for new loot. It is like having 20 extra spaces for new. Okay. When you loot a gem, it goes into your loot inventory. Okay. You will have 3 options. Keep the gem, apply a gem to an item, dust the gem into gem dust, which can be used to increase the power of other gems. Oh, really? Okay. That sounds like it might get annoying at some point, but I'm not gonna like start just theory crafting random stuff based on some text on the side notes here, but or on this page. But yeah, I imagine you're gonna need a lot of gem dust at some point, especially if they're dropping off mobs and you need to. Yeah. Anyway, so Spider Mortal Joe spent a lot of time thinking about AQWorlds enhancement system and how to improve upon it. We feel this is a really good direction, but no plan is finished until you tested it out. So this will be the focus of our next tech demo. Okay. Next paragraph goes over how they can load Infinity monsters into Project Omni, which is different than AQ Infinity, but is also going to be used for AQ Infinity mini games. So it kind of matters, but kind of, I guess it matters kind of to the game. And the last post on this page, at least, says that they're moving them to the home page. So I'll go look for that, but I think this was posted on Tuesday. There should be a Wednesday post, so I will go look for that now because it's not on this page anymore. Okay, now I went to it's on the home page now apparently, and it says here they have a new character named Booker. Maybe Infinity's first new storyline NPC. He runs the new bookstore that you have encounter in the intro. So this NPC is replacing Maya, which I can't say I'm too happy about. The original intro for AQWorlds has you fall into a crater, fight some slimes, save Maya, who's tied up by the tree there from an orc, and she's running the bookstore here. If you need a refresher on how it used to be. So I guess maybe it's like further in the future and Maya sold her bookstore, because I think she's in other places in the game now and not just like she didn't stay in the tutorial area forever. So in like the actual timeline of the game, she might have sold her bookstore, or it's a different bookstore or something like that. There's probably some logical reason why she's not running the bookstore anymore, but they did effectively replace her in the intro. The post continues to go on to say that I love that A-Ranks did a stealth glow up on him. We've seen a lot of mixed feedback about the glow up art in previous posts in the past. Some of it's good, some of it's definitely But we have also heard the overwhelmingly positive reaction to how good the art looks when you're actually in the tech demo. The subtle shading really helps with the vector line art converted to bitmap pixel art, especially when it's resized very small, very large. It being in game doesn't help it at all. If I'm being honest, it actually kind of looks worse in game than it does in an image like this, because it's like because the game like doesn't have like any shaders or anything that's helping it look decent. Like it doesn't have any blackout lines. Like the game's doing no post processing on these images, and it needs to be to make them look better, and it really isn't. Anyway, though, I could talk about how the game is looking worse in some ways forever, and I have in the past, so go watch those videos. Okay, on to AQWorlds stuff off of Infinity, and our first one is a Miltonius set in the year. Well, actually, Miltonius has been doing, so it's not abnormal. He's actually done for the past few years a set on his birthday for AQWorlds, so no exceptions here. This is confirmed by Alina to be releasing it on the tweet from Alina, but you can go find it on Twitter if you really don't believe me for whatever reason, but it's confirmed to be releasing this set. So you got the male one with a Dage helmet, very cool. Then you have the female one with like some big hair, which there used to be a main in the game that you see a lot of people wearing, and it reminds me of that quite a bit. So bit of nostalgia there, I guess. Then you have another one with the animated sword, the male version there. And then there's a tattooed version, which was really sick. And the tattoo looks like it's color custom by my head there on there. And you got different skin colors and a really cool helmet. Yeah, just a big fan of the set all around. The weapons look really good. Everything about it looks pretty on point for what you'd expect from Miltonius. So yeah, I can't really complain at all. Will you be picking this up? Let me know in the comments. Love to know. Dominik's birthday is in January. So latest month is in January, so later in January. I actually don't remember exactly what day. So many birthdays to remember in this game, but so he did a set last year, looked like that, and this year it looks like he's doing another set. If I remember correctly, there was a female version of that set last year, so I imagine there will be for this one as well. But yeah, it's kind of in a similar vein, but you can see his art's gotten slightly better. And the cape looks crazy, like the character and everything, that looks really, really good. So yeah, great stuff from Dominik there, and looking forward to seeing that in the game later this month. Dominik also posted the Venom horse, but it's Miltonius kind of style here, so we got that as well. Looks really cool. It's a mount, which we don't get too many of these, so really nice. You also got the Dage helmet on the Legion helmet on the horn. Really nice touch there. Oh yeah, and I gotta mention that the fire effect on the hoofs of the horse look very, very good. Like Dominik's really good at doing the fire. He's got some of the best fire, I'd say, out of most of the AQWorlds artists. Like that stuff looks really nice. Also a look at what seems to be a player size based on the armor here, I'd say. That's kind of blurred out. I'd say this is a player-sized helmet and not a mob. It could be both, but yeah, I imagine this is going to be for your players. So, cool nullgaff helmet if you're looking for that. Although I think that already exists in the game, doesn't it? Like, it does, right? It's a player nullgaff. There has to be. With really down to the wire on this one, I'd say there's 1 day left. If you want to get this, it ends tomorrow, the day after I'm uploading this video, so it might already be too late to even get this house. But and we only get 1 frame of the house, and it's releasing tomorrow. This is great. I love Artix Entertainment's gifting event they do every year. That's definitely not rushed at all every year, even though they know they're doing it every year, and it still gets rushed every year. Anyway, so we get a single frame of what the new house will look like. Of course, you get a general idea of what the house will be because it's just the map, but retextured into Frostfell winter theme. So it's gonna look something like this. Should be a decent house when it's finished. I do really wish they would show more and show more earlier in the gifting events, but yeah, they're really pushing it on this one. And also a reminder, we haven't seen full versions of the Kurlong set that isn't released yet. And is there other stuff too? I swear there might be other stuff that we haven't seen yet either with the gifting event ending tomorrow. Anyway. Oh yeah, there was an update on the Xynos that I don't think I covered at all, but the Frostfell gifting event ends on the 16th, so it's this Friday, January 16th. Frostfell gifting event ends tomorrow, but the rewards won't be given out till the 23rd. What are they doing? So the event's going to end. You're not going to get a preview of some of the rewards, so potentially you might want some of these rewards because we haven't seen them yet. But there won't be any way to get them because the event will already be over. So you effectively have to pre-order on what looks like nothing, on no visual of what the item will look like or anything, and then hope it looks good. And not even get it when the event ends because you have to wait another week. Anyway, frustrating to say the least. Also, while I'm not on the design notes, really quick, they made an empowered version of the Oblivion blade, which is cool, but you need both the rare quest pet and weapon, which are two separate things. I'm pretty sure they're not attached to each other. Yeah, I just looked it up. You need the sword and the pet, the member-only pet. So you need both of those items to get the empowered version. I don't know why you need both, but that's the case there for the empowered Oblivion blade. Probably should be one or the other, or either, but there you go. So you can get that. It's new stuff, and there's also a new house item if you'd like with the Carnage Void Guard as well. So those are two new things I had this week. I didn't really cover this at all because you need both. So it's like it requires 2 IODAs, which is potentially costing someone $200 for a boosted weapon. Not worth it at all, but IODing the actual pet's worth it. The sword itself, not really. We got new art from Tyronius. This might not be for an upgrade pack. Maybe it will be, I don't know, but it just is a side project there, which I don't think you normally tag stuff like that, but is a Berserker, really cool looking Berserker outfit with some nice shiny metal. I like that. Yeah, it's looking good. We got a look at the female version of the Alvaro set from last week, and a bit of a better look at the cape there, with, like parts coming off of it, but yeah, this set's looking very, very nice. Also, a better look at the male one from last week. I might have shown this in last week's video, but anyway, this is what the male version of that one looks like as well, if you want a fuller picture of what that set will look like. A new Cosmic Void set from Lay. This is based on like another older Miltonius armor, but Lay I think he completely remade it. Yeah, it looks like he completely remade it. Or like basically new armor at this point. How different it looks from the base, but it is inspired by that at least. So yeah, I mean, the hand thing's kind of cool. I don't think I'd be picking this up myself personally, but it looks all right. It looks, I mean, I'm not a big fan of any of the, like with the feet and all, with any of the nation sets with the weird looking feet or anything. So not really for me in the first place. New set from Dino was posted this week, and it's already confirmed to be releasing from Alina here. So this one you'll see in game very soon. Also, some new weapons from Mihuri. We saw some of these last week, but we got some animations playing on them, and a look at more of them. I really hope that's as big as I think it will be, based on. That's a massive sword. That'd be funny if it was. AE needs to lock in and start doing more massive swords and less massive capes. Much prefer the massive swords. ShadowslyerK is teasing with some concepts here. Null gas season, here's some concepts I've done. And yeah, we got a few. We don't know if these will be making it in the game because ShadowslyerK will post stuff on their Twitter that actually just doesn't make it in the game at all. So that happens a lot in the past. So we'll see if these will make it in. But some interesting ideas here, like the kind of riding on the bug or whatever that's supposed to be. Miltonius looking creature of some sort. Well, a lot of Miltonius stuff is all bug related, so would make sense. And Dino with another set. This one's not confirmed to be releasing yet, at least, but it's just a concept of taking the spider and turning it into a set, which I love seeing people do that. The faces of the armor. Draco with a set here as well. Don't know if this is releasing. It's so weird. There's like a hole in the thorax, and you can see the spine. That's a interesting detail. The animation on the foot looks really cool too. The blades. So yeah, nice little set there for Draco. And lastly for today, a voice set from Akira here. This one looks great. It's using the kind of newer void color scheme that I'm not the biggest fan of, but it looks pretty good. The helmet's sick. So yeah, I kind of even like it more without the glow on it. It looks really cool. So yeah, last set for today, and that's all the news we have. Big thanks to all the channel members for supporting this channel. Leave a like on the video if you liked it, all that junk. Leave a comment down below what you're looking forward to, what you're hoping to see. Let me know. Love to read it, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.